on? Hi.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. It's Joanne, JJ Lee here. I am so sorry, but we had huge technical difficulty. We were all actually on a hangout, then we realized that we were off air. So we had to literally create another hangout and hop right back on. So that's why there's a long delay here, and we apologize for that. But anyway, thank you for being here tonight. To our loyal audience and viewers out there, again, happy Mother's Day. Again, my name is Joanne JJ Lee, and I'm from Austin. I'm currently in Houston right now to be with family. Today is definitely a very special day for everyone out there, especially all the beautiful and wonderful moms, aunts, sisters, nieces, daughters, granddaughters, well, basically all the beautiful ladies and young ladies out there who are and will someday become mothers. Hope everyone has had an amazing day with your moms and your loved ones. Tonight we have a very special treat for our audience and our viewers, and also our Teamsters. I like to call my teammate Teamsters, just seem more personal. On our panel, we have our guest speaker, Mr. Peter Sorensen, who is one of the co-founders of Team Take Massive Action. And he is all the way from Costa Rica. Anyway, great seeing you again, Peter.
I'm excited to be on here.
Most of you probably recognize Peter. He's well known and respected in our community. For those of you who don't know who Peter is, he is one of the co-founders of Team Take Massive Action. He's a very powerful, very effective leader in our community. Tonight, he's going to share with us one of the most powerful laws of the universe, the law of gratitude. He's going to tell us how to apply this powerful law to create success in your business as well as in your life. So grab a comfortable chair, a drink, a notepad, or a pen, and get ready to take some notes. Anyway, first, I just want to tell you how Peter and I first, how we met. Basically, our first meeting was in Austin, at the Austin event back in January, at the Team Take Massive Action's dinner. We discovered that we both have a real estate background, and we also know a few people, in the real estate industry. So, instantly we connected, as well as, of course, we're an empower, so, that goes without saying, but, with the real estate background, we just found more common grounds, common things to talk about. Well, everything happens for a reason, right? So we met again in Chicago, in a kind of crazy circumstances, really. Peter actually got me crying. Yep. I was in tears. He got me crying. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But these were breakthrough tears. They were good tears. In fact, Emily was there. She's the young lovely lady next to me, to my right here. And she can tell you if she wants, how crazy that experience was that night at the bar at the Hyatt. Yeah. But in fact, there was a very short clip of video that they caught me, that the moment I was, literally experiencing the moment, at the time, and it was that particular clip was caught in the video, and maybe I'll share that one day. But anyway, I can't tell you how much, Peter, how grateful I am for that night, for the breakthrough after breakthrough that I experienced at this event in the Chicago with you and Em and everybody else there. Moments like these have really empowered me to appreciate what I have, and the incredible support and encouragement from this community, as well as my teammates, Teamsters, and especially Empower Network. So anyway, it's so fitting that we're talking about the law of gratitude tonight, which is one of the most powerful laws in the universe. And Peter is going to tell you how this powerful law has helped him with his success and has I can't say the word, manifest, manifested his dreams. There you go, I said it, and his dream lifestyle. Anyway, before I pass the mic to Peter, I want to introduce to you, audience out there, the powerhouse panel that we have tonight. To your left, we have Mr. Alan Luck, all the way from Canada. Then Miss Emily Nguyen, also from Canada. And then Joanne and Michael Rivera from Los Angeles, California. They are actually our other very special guests, most powerful couple duo in Team Tech Massive Action. They number 2 in the Team Tech Massive Action contest in Chicago event. So awesome, guys. And then we have thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We feel so honored. We feel honored to have you here. No, the honor is ours. The honor is ours. And of course, me is Mr. Peter Sorensen, and then Tam Dang, all the way from Australia. Anyway, our panelists will be sharing their thoughts and insights after Mr. Peter Sorensen. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic to Peter.
Joanne, JJ Lee, thanks so much. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear
yes.
you.
Awesome. So first off, it's kind of funny being recognized as Mr. Peter Sorensen. It's a little interesting, but anyways, I'm grateful to be on here. I'm surrounded by amazing, powerful, committed people that are taking massive action, that are inspiring themselves and others, and doing good things that are inside of our community, inside of our Team Take Massive Action. And so if you're watching this right now live with us, or perhaps maybe you're catching this on a recording, whatever the case may be, I know you're in the right place at the right time to receive this information tonight, or whenever you're watching it, right? We probably have people that it's the next day in Australia or things like that. So, wherever you are in the world, no matter what time of the day it is, if you're on this hangout with us, you're in the right place at the right time. And so my intention tonight is to just be able to share some things that, have made a profound impact on my life in regards to gratitude and being grateful, and possibly, probably I like to underpromise and overdeliver, so possibly a couple of other universal laws, universal spiritual principles that have made a difference in my life as well. And so, again, my intention is to give you as much value as I can, and for you, my commitment is that. And my shall we say, my question for you, or my agreement that I'd like you to have tonight as you're watching this hangout, is to be open. Is to be open. Open to receiving information. Open to allowing yourself to take on some of these ideas, some of these concepts, some of these stories, and see how it applies to you in your life. To go within, to go introspective on what it is that maybe is holding you back right now from greater, not only abundance financially, greater freedom, not only financially, but personally, emotionally, spiritually, to have better relationships, to be able to be grateful for each and every person, thing, circumstance, challenge, opportunity in your life. And so as Joanne J.J. Lee was sharing how we met back at our event in Austin. So we are a part of this community, this movement that we call Empower Network inside of our Team Take Massive Action. And so, some of the things, if you're watching this as a guest, this hangout's not to go in depth about our team or anything like that, but just to share with you, we help people make money online, help them get more traffic, leads, and sales for their business. And ultimately, we are a personal development and leadership factory disguised as a business. And so we do these events, these live events every 90 days, and it really gives us the opportunity to, go from our day-to-day lives online, right, and to be able to go offline, be able to connect, build relationships, really have those aha moments, personal breakthroughs, and have that translate into the business, right? And so Joanne and JJ Lee and we met briefly in Austin, started chatting, like she said, about our real estate background. I have a big real estate background. I got involved and actually real estate investing. Went to my first 3-day seminar on making money in real estate when I was 19 years old. Bought my first investment property around 1920. And I've done a lot in real estate, made some great money, lost money, and I'll share more about those stories as well and the gratitude I have for them in my life's journey. But so we connected at Austin, and then, but really what was pretty amazing was at the Chicago event that we just had actually a few weeks ago. And something was different. If you're watching this hangout with us, if you were there, that it was just a powerful event. It was unlike any other event we've had. The energy, the information, the inspiration, what I would say is the collective field of energy, the collective consciousness of that room for that weekend was powerful. And so it really opened people up to be able to have the breakthroughs that they needed, right? 5,000 different people, the same event, all having 5,000 different experiences, right? Because of our own situation, right? Because of our own thoughts, our own feelings, our own, stuff of the past that we're working through. And so, Joanne Lee had an awesome experience. I was able to connect with her. It was like Monday night where it's in the bar. I'm coming back. I don't even know what I was doing. I was just hanging out with some other leaders, hanging out. I see them, her and Emily, hanging out in the bar. They're talking to some other people. It's like 1, 2 a.m., right? So I was like, oh, I'll go. Here's what I thought. I was like, oh, I'll go hang out for a few minutes or whatever, say hi, see what's going on, and then call it a night. So little did I know that I would be simply a vessel for Joanne's transformation, and guiding her through a process of really seeing what was holding her back, and inside of her life, inside of her self-expression, and really anchoring that back to some moments. We're obviously not going to share the details of that, but just to say, from one moment to another moment inside of, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, a good amount of time, I guess, literally I saw the breakthrough. I saw the transformation beginning to happen. And here's what's really cool. So the breakthrough, which is generally preceded by breakdown. So here's kind of a point as it relates to gratitude. If you're in an experience in your life right now that maybe you're experiencing some breakdown, maybe you're experiencing some challenges, right? Maybe financially, maybe relationally in relationships, maybe in your health, right? You're experiencing something you don't want to experience, right? And first off, let me just say, welcome to the human existence. Welcome to being a human being, because you're always going to have these challenges. You're going to have breakdowns, but it's in the breakdown that creates the space. Let me get this. In the breakdown, it creates the space to have a breakthrough. Okay? Analogy. Maybe you're working out, right? You're building your muscles. In the workout process, when you finish your workout, you've broken down the muscles in your body. You've literally broken them down. And in that process, it creates the space. And while the muscles are repairing, that's how the muscles grow. So you're breaking down the muscle, you're rebuilding the muscle, and it gets bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger. So the same thing happens to your life. The same thing happens about in anything you're going to pursue, any goal, any dream, right? So Joanne had this process of literally having this breakdown, but not having the courage and the commitment to go through it. And that's a big lesson, to have the courage to be able to go through the breakdown, to be able to keep going. And I would ask her, hey, are you, it's totally up to you, but do you want to keep going? Do you want to keep continuing this process? Because I know that the beauty and the power that's on the other end of that, right? So many times, I see people that are just that classic saying, 3 feet from gold, right? They're on the journey, they're almost there, but then they stop, they quit when it gets too hard or it gets difficult. So one of my biggest things I wanted to share, as it relates to gratitude, I'm going to all anchor it back to the law of gratitude, is that you become grateful for each and every situation, experience in your life. There was a lesson I learned, and Mike and Joanne, I think on the hangout with us, probably learned some of these same things with me, and they've had a profound impact on my life. So I definitely do not claim to be the guru or be the one that thought of all this information, right? But I'm a student. I'm a student of life. I'm a student of personal development. I'm a student of how can I be the best I can be, and how can I be a vessel, a leader for other people to have the breakthroughs in their life, right? And so one of the things that I was just taking a couple of brief notes. Most of this is completely just from the heart, unscripted. But one of the notes I did have, and I wanted to really, make sure I hit it, was just this whole idea, again, of being grateful and looking for the good, okay? Looking for the good in everything. Looking for the good in everything. So, looking for the good and being on this hangout right now, like looking for the good, as simple as it can be as that. Looking for the good inside of your breakdown. Looking for the good when you can barely pay your bills and you're going through foreclosure on the 2 properties you ever bought, and you're eating Subway for once a day to be able to just have your one meal for the day. Ask me how I know about all these things, because I was once there in 2008. Right? Multiple tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt, losing everything, couldn't pay my bills, and true story, and it's very powerful and very fitting, because I believe there are no accidents. There are no accidents that you're listening to this, there are no accidents that we're sharing this message today on Mother's Day, and I didn't even realize it. Joanne and I were planning this hangout a couple days prior, and it didn't even dawn on me that we were doing it on Mother's Day. I gotta admit, right? And so here I am in this experience of a young entrepreneur, 23 years old, September of 2008. And I basically was in a situation where I was starting this business, I was doing this real estate business, and I just moved from Fresno, California to Los Angeles a couple months prior. And those of you that know Fresno versus LA, one of the things you might know financially is Fresno is a hell of a lot cheaper than it is living in Marina del Rey. Okay, so I had massive overhead increase like that. And I was in a situation where I was in massive debt. I was going through foreclosure. I got to the point where it just didn't make any sense financially to own these properties that I'd had. I said, you know what, I just got to let it go. And I've got to be able to start over. And in that moment, there was definitely challenges. There was heartaches. There was tears at night. There was, man, I'm on this journey to be successful. I want to be a successful entrepreneur. I'm this young guy, go, 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 go. And I had made some mistakes, right? I had made some mistakes. And in that process, though, one of the things I learned was, okay, how can I look for the good? And so I'm going to challenge you in any situation, say, okay, what can I learn from this? Where is the good? Where is the lesson that's going to help me in my life, right? And so I began to search for that, and I began to see the lesson of, there was some technical type lessons of, for instance, when and where to buy real estate, and understanding real estate cycles, and understanding debt, and understanding all this stuff that I didn't understand, right? And I learned a lot from it. But I also learned on a more deep cellular, belief level that, again, everything happens.
Oops.
Hey.
Oops.
Everything happens for a reason.
You are now Mr. Houdini.
That was a pattern interrupt.
That was an NLP appearance.
You're muted, Peter.
You're muted, Peter.
Okay, gotcha. No, that was actually awesome. That actually was a great classic pattern interrupt. So just a quick little video tip, video marketing. You got to catch people's attention quickly. And every once in a while, no matter how compelling you are, no matter how amazing what I'm saying is, you're going to start tuning out after about 5 to 7 minutes. So that's my cue as a trainer to snap you back into what I'm talking about. So perfect. So again, right on this point, right? Everything happens for a reason. What is the good? I mean, how classic is this? The hangout just went out. So I even once say, oh my God, it went out and da-da-da, this is horrible. No, just instantly, basically, right? It came back up. But what's the lesson? I just learned in that moment as a speaker and trainer to remind myself to engage people and create pattern interrupts as I'm speaking to keep people engaged. Look at that. So inside of any situation, you can create lessons. I'm really big about that. I moved down here to Costa Rica a couple months ago, and I absolutely love it here. I wrote a blog post actually that says I love Costa Rica except for all the damn bugs. And I wish you guys could see there's literally like thousands of bugs outside of my backyard here. At the same time, you know what? I'm grateful for the bugs, and I'm really grateful for the geckos because they actually eat the other bugs. So anyways, as I was in this journey of being in that situation, being in that low, right? We all have points when we're at lows in our life, and this was a low. This was a big low for me, and it was humbling because I got to a point where my real estate business had crashed. You guys know the markets, 2008, 2009. The business that I was in and the product I was selling was just very, very difficult to actually sell and make any money with. So I got to the point where literally my income just went down, 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 down. And I got to a point where I was paying for this beautiful place on the water, Marina Del Rey. I always wanted to live in Southern California by the water, by the ocean, right? So that was like my first little breakthrough of like, really experiencing this awesome lifestyle. And I got to the point where everything had kind of crumbled around me financially. And I had to go to my mom. And I had to go to my mom, who was a struggling single mom for years, had her own breakdowns and breakthroughs. And, she's never had a ton of money or anything like that, but I literally had to go and borrow several $1,000s from her just to be able to pay my bills that month, or else I was going to get kicked out of my place. And that was very humbling. It was very humbling for the, big, macho, successful young entrepreneur that I was wanting to be. And to go to the woman who raised me, who loved me, who showed me unconditional love, who gave me so much to be able to continue to give when I needed that help up, when I needed that hand up for a short period of time. And so, you talk about, Mother's Day and being grateful for the amazing women in our lives, amazing mothers in our lives, and for those of you that are on the Hangout that are watching this, happy Mother's Day to you, right? Because I think that's one of the most top level leadership positions you can have, which is called being a mom. And I don't know, I don't know how my mom did it for all those years, and all the moms that you guys do it, like literally how you do it. I'm amazed, and I'm so humbled. And so, in moments like that, right, I really begin to see, okay, again, what am I grateful for, and where's the good? So, I learned some things, and I continue to grow. I continue to develop. I continue to be surrounding myself with mentors and masterminds, being a part of communities like this, being a part of communities like Team Take Massive Action, where we support each other and then we mastermind and really, really, reach out to each other and say, hey, how can I assist you, right? And, here's one of the things that my mentor said. One of my mentors, he says, Peter, when you're feeling awesome, when you're feeling great, reach down, reach behind you and help lift someone up, right? But when you're down, you need to be able to reach up and have someone that can help lift you up, right? So you need to be able to surround yourself with those mentors, with those friends, and really mentors that help you see more in you than you think you are presently, right? So as we talk about this law of gratitude, we talk about, everything happens for my highest and best good. So I'm going to say some things that these are not true, they're not false, they're not good, they're not bad, they're not right, they're not wrong, they're just my experience and what I've anchored for myself. They're what I choose to believe that serve me. And so you can take some of them on, try them on like a jacket, see if it fits. If so, awesome. If not, you can throw it off and discard it, right? But one of the things that I've really anchored for myself is everything happens for my highest and best good. And so no matter what the situation is, no matter what the challenge is, I'm at the back of my mind, inside my heart, I know, okay, everything's happened for my highest and best good. I live in a loving and friendly, supportive universe. Okay, no matter what you believe, no matter what, you believe in higher power or not, or universe or God or Jesus or whatever you call it, I believe that we are connected. I believe that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and I believe that we are here to learn, and we're here to grow, and we're here to love. So in that space is, okay, where's the good? I trust it's unfolding for my highest and best good, okay? And so when you're in the space of acting each and every day for your business, so let's take this very practical for a second. When you're taking massive action in your business and you're doing things like, in our business blog, you're writing a blog post, or you're creating a video, right? Or you're connecting with people on Facebook, you're making a post, you're connecting with someone over the phone, you're sharing your business opportunity with someone, right? Again, where are you? What is the state? Are you believing and are you being in gratitude for being able to do each and every one of those things? Are you in a state of loving acceptance of what is and where you are presently? Are you in a state where you're loving acceptance of what is presently with an intention of where you're going? So it doesn't matter where you're at right now. Where you're at right now is simply the collection of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions up until this point. Where you're at right now is nothing more than the experience, the collective experience of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So if you want to create a new experience tomorrow, it becomes back to the present moment today of, again, what you're telling yourself. What are you thinking, right? What are you feeling? Are you feeling grateful? Are you going into your day each and every morning, each and every day, being grateful for everything and everyone, right? Are you feeling that gratitude inside you? Are you writing it down? Okay, if you're watching this hangout right now, are you writing it down in your journal? Are you writing notes down in your journal, right? Every leader has a journal. Every leader is a reader. Are you reading daily? Are you reading books like The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, right? The second chapter in that was about the law of giving. And it's really, I think, giving and gratitude, right, give right together, right? Because when you're in a space of gratitude, you just give. So how fitting is that in this book that I'm just started to read? The second chapter is on giving and gratitude, right? And so, it's just it's a really, really powerful experience to be able to be in that space where you're grateful, okay? Because when you're in that space of gratitude, when you're in that space of it's like, let me say it this way, right? I'll give you the analogy of maybe you feel like you're a caterpillar, right? You're in that space and it's kind of icky and you're like, whoa, a caterpillar is a completely different species than a butterfly, right? It literally transforms into something completely new. So if you feel like you're in a situation where you're a caterpillar, know that you can and are in the process of becoming that butterfly. Becoming that butterfly to you, meaning you're transforming into the highest and best version of yourself by continuing and committing to being gratitude for each and every experience in your life, by continuing to be on the path. As one of my mentors, Bob Proctor, said, the life's commitment, the journey in life is about making a life commitment to daily self-improvement. A life commitment to daily self-improvement, right? So what are you grateful for? I want you to take a moment right now and really start thinking, okay, what can you be grateful for? And again, like I said, this means the good, what our minds label as good, as well as bad. In reality, nothing is good, nothing is bad, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. It's simply what it is. It is the stories and the meaning we tell about what is that impacts our life. So you can have the same circumstance, right? I can have the same circumstance of, I'm broke, my business is failing, I'm not making any money, this doesn't work. So, poor me, I might as well just, go back to being doing something else or just quitting. This doesn't work for me, why me, poor me, right? Being the victim. Or in the same circumstance, I can say, I can choose to be the victor. I can choose to be grateful for, okay, what am I learning here? Trusting and knowing that all my resources are coming forward for me. I am resourceful. I will create, attract the resources, the opportunities, the people. I trust everything's happening for my highest and best good. I trust I always have more than enough to meet my needs. And I'm sure everyone that's watching, it's on the hangout, the panelists, myself, all of us, we've had experiences like this in our life. We've had experiences where we've been in a situation and we have no idea how we're going to get out of the situation, or we have no idea how we're going to pay that mortgage this month. We have no idea how we're going to put food on the table. We have no idea how we're going to do what we really want to do or we need to do to keep going. And something mysteriously out of nowhere, something, there is a way provided. You get to the next step. You get to the next stage, the next day, the next week, the next month, right? It's like taking that cross-country trip from Los Angeles to New York, and you're driving at night, and the headlights, you only see 100 feet in front of you, right? And with that process, with the 100 feet in front of you, you keep going, you can get all the way to New York. You drive the whole country, right? You're seeing the next 100 feet, the next couple hundred feet, right? Because that's generally how life works out. Life doesn't give you the exact roadmap and the right plan and show you exactly how to do it. It doesn't show you, how you're going to, you're going to know exactly where you're going to get all your prospects and all your leads and all your sales and all of this stuff. It happens and unfolds each and every moment. And as you begin to be in gratitude and as you begin to be in a space where, okay, I am looking for the good. Okay, so this brings up another important point. Your intention of what you want, okay, your intention, the power of an intention, having crystal clarity on what you want, okay? So this is very, very key. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what your business you're in. It doesn't matter what breakthrough you want in any area of your life. You've got to have a clear, committed intention. Does this make sense? Right? Does this make sense? Having a clear, committed intention. When you have that clear, committed intention, that's kind of like step number one, right? Most people don't know what they want because, most people don't get what they want. Kind of give you the answer there, right? Most people don't get what they want because they don't know what they want, right? They don't know what they want. So they either don't know what they want, so that's the first step. You got to know what you want. And it's not just like, I want to make money, or I want to live in $1 million home in Costa Rica, or I want this, you know, my dream car, and all that stuff is great. Material things are good. And if you have a belief about that, I'm going to challenge you that they're good. There's a book I read, Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles in 1910. One of my favorites, Science of Getting Rich. I highly recommend it. And he talks about the experience of things as a means to help grow yourself. By having resources, right? By having money, by having different things, different experiences, traveling, it can help us grow personally, spiritually. We can be able to do these things. We can be able to evolve more by using things. So they're a good thing, right? But to not be consumed by them, and that's the distinction. But again, you want to be clear on what you want. You want to have clarity around that which you want. You want to be able to see it, number one, right? You want to be able to visualize it every day. This next step is you want to be able to feel it. You want to be able to feel the feelings of having it right now. So if you're watching this hangout and you can think of a situation of what you really want, you get that exact moment. You know what you want. You see it. You know, maybe if there's people inside of our team take massive action, they want to see themselves making X amount of dollars per month. You know, $10,000 a month. They want to see themselves at the next event with a big check on stage, or like myself speaking in front of 7,000 people, sharing my story. And I get to see that and feel it each and every day. And when I really do this, and when I see it and I feel it in the present moment, being grateful for it, I begin to cry. I literally begin to cry because I'm filled with so much gratitude, because I know it's in alignment with my mission, my vision, and my purpose for my life. Call it your MVP life. Living your mission, your vision, and your purpose. Living your mission. Manifesting your vision, seeing your vision of what you want to create in your life and your world, seeing it unfold before you, right? So one of my visions, not always, but for many, many years, since I've been on the journey of an entrepreneur, is to be able to speak in front of thousands of people, to be able to move audiences of people, to inspire them, and more importantly, just to inspire them, but to lead them into inspired action to change their life, to transform their life, right? So this is a vision that I have. I believe it's a part of my greater purpose. So knowing that is first and foremost. Then the second step, so you have, step number one is your intention, right? Being intentional upon that which you want and giving thanks for it, being grateful for it. Because here's the thing, God, universe, what you ever want to call it, if you have that intention, you've been given that intention, you can manifest that intention. There's a saying one of my mentors would say, if God can bring you through it, he can bring you to it, he can bring you through it, right? And so there's this aspect of having that intention. Step number two is your attention. It's what you're tuning into on a consistent daily basis. So what does that look like? Well, in the business, what we do, we can call that income-producing activities, meaning your attention every single day is to be in action, doing things that are in alignment with moving forward towards your intention. So your intention gives you the direction and focuses your attention on what to do to get to manifest that intention. It gives you the inspired action, okay? And here's the thing about inspired action. When you're in inspired action, it's not hard. When you're in inspired action, it flows. When you're in inspired action, you really make a difference in people's lives. When you're in inspired action, things begin to receive. You begin to have synchronistic moments in life. People, resources out of the blue show up. People just message you on Facebook and say, I want to join your business. Right? So if you're not creating that type of experience, then it maybe to check in is, are you in the flow? Are you swimming upstream, trying to battle upstream, right? Or are you going with the current? Or are you going with the flow? When you're going with the flow is when you're putting your attention that's in alignment with your intention and doing things on a consistent daily basis that are going to help you get to where you want to go, right? So inside of our community, inside our Team Take Massive Action, we've got all of the things to help you on the attention aspect. We've got specific tools, training, education, on how to do what we do, how to do, internet marketing, how to create traffic, how to be able to capture leads, how to be able to convert sales, how to be able to connect with your prospects and your new members, and how to be able to build teams of people. All of these things are the how-to, or I would say are the mechanics, okay? It would be the distinction of, I'm drinking some orange juice right now, okay? This is my glass, and this is the orange juice. By the way, I'm just going to take a sip for a second. Something. Did I get your guys' attention? All right, I really just did that for me. But so, the orange juice is that's the how. The orange juice is the stuff, right? It is the strategies. It is the how-to. It is the training. It is the education. It is the mentorship, right? Very, very important, right? If I want to drink some orange juice and all I have is a glass and no orange juice, well, that's going to be a bit of a problem, right? I want some orange juice, but I have a glass and no orange juice, right? Now, the glass, that is the context. So that is your intention. That is building yourself up. That is doing the core commitments like reading every day, like feeding your mind with positive information, being on hangouts like this, surrounding yourself with a like-minded community of people, telling yourself the positive affirmations every single day, visualizing that, feeling the feelings of having it now, being in gratitude, giving thanks for each and every experience, blessing, opportunity in your life. As you do that, right, that is your context. That is the container that allows you to have the good stuff, allows you to consume, right, the training, right? So this whole idea, the intention and attention, the aspect of the inner world and the outer world, the aspect of the thoughts and feelings and actions, it's together, right? It's both. One without the other is an incomplete strategy. If I have orange juice but I have nothing to drink it out of, well, I guess I could chug it out of a carton or something, right? But the whole idea is we want to be able to have that space where we are grateful, we have an intention, we have our attention set every single day. So it might look like you might need to give up watching TV or consuming a bunch of media. I haven't had regular TV in probably at least 5 years, at least, as far as having regular TV service. I'm here in Costa Rica. I definitely don't have a TV. It's hard you can't even watch a movie. But I download it, right? So it's all good. So I still consume stuff. People might say, well, Peter, how do you get updated on the world and you want to be informed and all that? And I go, well, first off, there is Google and YouTube. I can search the news inside of about 60 seconds and know what's going on in the world. And number two, again, is what are you putting your intention on? What stations are you plugging into, right? Are you plugging into CNN, constantly negative news, all right? Are you plugging into that? Or are you plugging into hangouts like this? Are you plugging in and going within, okay? So that's the step. So here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want to focus on, a couple of exercises for you. And then I want to share about a couple of other strategies as well, a couple of other principles that have made a difference in my life, and give you some tangible things you can walk away with and apply to your life, apply to your business. So before I get to that, I just want to share a couple of things. So here's an exercise that I've done that's made a difference, and I'll be the first one to admit I don't do it all the time. I don't do it every single night. I'm guilty of that myself, and I go through phases. But I do know when I'm really conscious on this and I do it, things begin to really, really manifest in a powerful way in my life, whatever I'm intentional on. And that's the first one is having some type of a gratitude journal. Okay, it could be a little journal that you have. The whole idea on this is that every single day, whether it's in the first thing in the morning or maybe the last thing at night before you go to bed, is writing down, let's say 5 things that you're grateful for. 5 could be things, experiences throughout the day, could be people, could be opportunities. I'm grateful that, I just had someone go all in my business yesterday, and I had a $3,000 day yesterday. I'm freaking grateful for that shit. All right, excuse my language. Or it might be just something, I'm grateful that, I read this chapter in the book yesterday, and I really had a whole level of distinction around what is transformation. And I really had a breakthrough around that. Okay, these are just things I'm just sharing that are present and real for me. So sharing and writing down, because physical is memorable. Remember that. Physical is memorable. What we write down, it's going to anchor on a deeper level than just, thinking about it, okay? So write down what you're grateful for each and every single day. The other thing is I want you to write down what you're grateful for in a particular way. And what I want you to do, and again, I learned this from Bob Proctor, and he shared how to be able to focus on this exercise of gratitude, and it would start like this. Are you ready? Are you guys ready? Okay. So he would say, I am so happy and grateful that. I am so happy and grateful now that. Right? I am so happy and grateful that I get to be on this hangout and be able to share this information with Team Take Massive Action and everyone who's watching. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm making over $30,000 a month right now today. I am so happy and grateful that I live in my dream home. I am so happy and grateful, now that I get to speak in front of 7,000 people at our event in Denver. I am so happy and grateful for. So anchor it in the positive and in the present tense. So it is your experience right now. So some of those experiences, some of those things I just said, were things that I experience right now, right? And some of those things, I haven't actually done them right. Like speaking in front of 7,000 people at our event in Denver, I haven't done that. That has not been manifested in my reality yet, right? Off in the future. But I'm saying it from the present moment, the present stance. I'm grateful for that's already happened, right? My expectation is that that is happening, signed, sealed, delivered, and I'm acting and taking massive action that's in alignment with the action steps that are going to help me get there. I am taking consistent, massive action on the things that are going to help me get there. The things that I know will help me get to my intention, will help me get to my goal. And everything else is busy work. Everything else is busy work. So we all have these things, situations in our life, myself included, where I feel I'm really, really productive and I'm taking lots of action. But as I begin to look at it and as I begin to have mentors, and this is the power of mentors and coaches. One of my mentors, business partners, and coaches is a guy named Chris Record, the founder of our team Take Massive Action. And so when I have conversations with Chris, some of the conversations I do not like. Some of the conversations I get pissed off. Some of the conversations I get a little emotional. Some of the conversations I have to check in and have a little gut check, right? I have a little gut check on, I think I'm being productive, and really I'm just being busy. I feel I'm being productive, but I'm being busy. I have a clear intention, right? So I focused on that. I've got a clear intention. I have my attention that I'm focusing on that, right? I'm taking action. But again, having that feedback and being able to look at, okay, am I actually doing the things that are going to get me to there and are going to get me to the fastest, right? Because I don't know about you, but would you like to get to your goal faster or slower? Probably faster, right? So when you can focus on that, when you can have the mentors, right? When you can surround yourself with an accountability partner and a coach and a mentor, right? No matter who that is, anyone on this panel, anyone inside of our team, no matter where you're at, you have it. You have the resources around you and in front of you if you're just looking for them, if you're paying attention. There's more than enough resources, right? There's more than enough training. There's more than enough information to help you succeed. So you don't need more information, although information is good, okay? And I'm guilty of this. I have a pattern up until now, and this is another distinction. So every time you want to change something, you're in your language, you might say, okay, up until this moment, I've acted this way. Up until this moment, I had a habit of thinking negatively, or up until this moment, I had a habit of being a procrastinator. Up until this moment, I had a belief that said I need more information in order to succeed. Up until this moment, I had a belief that once I learned the next strategy, the secret strategy, the next step, the latest and greatest marketing strategy, this next traffic conversion magic, as my buddy Shaq would say, the magic slot machine traffic strategy. No, right? No. Now, will information and training and courses and coaching help you? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. That's the content. But if you don't have the right context, if you don't have the right beliefs, because beliefs are what drive you. Your beliefs, my beliefs, are what create my results. Okay? I had a belief, this is a real example, real life marketing business example. I had a belief that when I first started my business, this business with our team taking massive action in online internet marketing, I had a belief that blogging was hard. I had a belief that I didn't know how to blog. Okay? And so, do you think I took massive action on blogging with that belief of I think blogging is hard? No. And in fact, I didn't write a blog post for about 8+ months. And I'm someone who's making a 5-figure monthly income. Now, pretty cool that I didn't even do that, and yet I still got some great results, so that's cool. But do you think that belief has limited me to my capabilities of what I could be doing had I had a different belief? Had I had the belief that blogging is simple, that blogging is easy, that I can be an excellent blogger, that I can create blog posts in minutes. If I had a different belief, that different belief would show up in a lot more blog posts on my blog, a lot more probably traffic, a lot more leads, a lot more sales, right? So it's the beliefs that drive us. So I looked at that experience and I said, okay, no, I'm going to begin to shift this belief. And I'm going to look for the good. So I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful for the experiences I've had up until now. I'm grateful for the success I've had. I'm grateful for being able to be in an opportunity and being in a vehicle where I don't even need to know everything and I can just take action on a few things, a couple things consistently that can generate a 5-figure monthly income. Pretty cool. Now, income disclaimer if you're watching this, right? Some people make no money, some people make some money, and some people make a lot of money. I don't know what you're going to do. As my buddy Dave Wood would say, I don't know if you're going to be a wussy, right? And so with that being said, right, the belief can really, really impact where we're at, right? The belief will shape our thoughts, feelings, and actions. So I'm going to challenge you, and each and every one watching this hangout, is what is one belief that you're holding that you probably know is not helping you have massive success, right? You probably have one belief that's holding you back, or you have lots, okay? We all do. But focus on one right now, okay? Maybe bring that to the top of your mind. And you know what it is, so whatever that first one was that just popped in your mind right now, just run with that one. And so think about that belief and think about, okay, is this true? Is this true? How do can I be certain that this is absolutely true? Can I be certain that this belief is absolutely true? And more than likely at that second step, the answer will be, well, no, not exactly, right? So then ask yourself, okay, that's not, if I can't say this to be true, then what else could be possible? What else could be possible, right? So in the example of the blogging, well, blogging is hard and I can't do it. Well, okay, is that really true? Not really. I mean, have I seen other people do it? Yeah, okay. So other people do it. If they can do it, I can do it, right? So how can I create, well, I might ask myself, well, why is blogging powerful? How can blogging be simple? Well, for me, I said, okay, well, I know how to do videos. So here's a real example for you, right? I know I can do videos. I'm comfortable speaking. I'm comfortable being on video. Well, why don't I just take the videos that I'm already doing and just embed them on a blog post and put a title, a couple of paragraphs, just like I would when I'm making my video and uploading it to YouTube, right? So I'm doing the same type of work, but, oh, I could do that and put it on a blog post. And I could have video blog posts. So I could take these resources and what I'm already do a couple little things with a few extra minutes, and now I have a whole nother arm of my marketing, a whole nother aspect of getting my content out there, right? Getting my message and opportunity and business opportunity out there, right? In the space of online marketing. So millionaires are I love this quote. You know, I learned it a few years ago. Millionaires are millionaires because they find 2 or 3 ways of making money doing what they're already doing. Millionaires are millionaires because they find 2 or 3 ways of making money doing what they're already doing, right? So I was already making videos and uploading them to YouTube during this time, right? I was already getting some traffic and leads from YouTube videos. I was already getting sales for my business and making money by doing this activity with videos, but I hadn't done anything in the blog. So, okay, if I have a belief that I can actually do this, I have a belief that I can, say, blog and create video blog posts, well, then I can start to blog. And now as a result, I'm starting to blog. And before this hangout, I just created a video about Happy Mother's Day and giving thanks to my mom, talking about to give thanks to all the amazing mothers out there, right? To all the amazing mothers out there. And also sharing about being grateful, right? Sharing about the law of gratitude. I made a little video, like a 4-minute video, right? And then I did what I would do with any other video, but then I put that in a blog post and write a little paragraph. I had a little call to action, a little title, and then I shared that blog post on my Facebook, on my fan page. I emailed it out to my list, right? So, doing what I already did, but because I created a new belief, that new belief led me to take new action. That new belief allowed me to, instead of just having a video on my YouTube channel, now I have a video on my blog that can eventually also be indexed in Google, which it can also be with the video index in YouTube. I can then email that to my list, so now I'm serving more value to my list, driving them back to my blog, which is another strategy, okay? And all of that happened because I made a decision. I made a slight shift in the belief. Not much more work. I mean, maybe an extra 15 minutes, 20 minutes or whatever to do what I was already going to do anyways, but can have a massive impact, especially over time, right? So this whole idea, we talk about being grateful, writing down everything you're being grateful for, focusing on the good, focusing on what is it that you can be grateful for. Everything, everyone. Focusing on at least 5 of those every single day that you write down maybe before you go to bed, right? Trusting and knowing that everything happens for our highest and best good. Always looking for the good. You know, I love my buddy Chris Record. He's really helped me a lot with this idea called reframing. That anything in your life you can reframe, okay? Any circumstances that we have, you can reframe it. So if you're having a challenge, right, you're having a breakdown, you're having a struggle, how can you reframe that? You know, I see people all too often, I might be complaining. Oh, this didn't work for me. I couldn't get on the webinar on the Super Saturday, so, you know, this just doesn't work. I've been doing this for a month. I can't even get on the webinar. I might as well just quit. Like, stuff like this happens. And you wonder why 90+, 95+% of the population never have any real success in life. Because it's how they're framing the situations and the challenges and circumstances of life. It's not the challenges and the circumstances. We all have challenges and circumstances. Little news flash, in case you didn't know this. Successful people have challenges. Successful people have doubts, have fears. Successful people have worries. Successful people, even when they get success, we still have the thought that goes through our mind of, oh, what is someone going to think? What are they going to think if I do this, if I say this, if I take this action? So it's not about whether or not that happens or whether your mind tells that to you. The difference is how do you act, how do you respond, and how do you frame it for your success. So how do you frame the challenge as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and most importantly, get you into action? How do you frame a challenge, okay, that gets you in action? So you might have a challenge that comes up, right? And then you say, okay, I'm going to frame that. I'm going to frame that to look at it in positive. How am I going to see the opportunity, right? So maybe, you know, oh man, I got to, you know, it could be very simple. It could be like, you know, man, that blog post that I did didn't get any traffic. Or, you know, I sent an email out today and it got like a 3% open rate. That's pretty crappy, okay? So I could say, well, that's, you know, crappy, right? But I could say, okay, where's the opportunity? Let me look at this and let me maybe discover, let me analyze as to, okay, why wasn't it effective? What could I do differently next time? So that's a great thing to ask yourself and ask of other people. So whenever you do something, okay, ask yourself, okay, what works? What worked about it? Okay, you took an action, you got a particular result. What worked? Okay, what worked? What didn't work? What didn't work, right? And then what could you do differently next time? So again, let me share with you, and you guys, some of you guys, you're on our team Take Massive Action. Many of you, if you're watching this hangout, you're on our panelists. You were on our Super Saturday training that we did. We did one yesterday. Mike and Joanne were trainers on there. I had the privilege of emceeing the event. It was absolutely fantastic. We had a lot of great reviews. And I talked about the Super Saturday, and I talked a lot about it, and I'm not going to get into kind of what I shared there, but I wanted to bring up this idea of feedback and how important it is if you want to grow, if you want to succeed, if you want to be a leader, you've got to be able to get feedback from other people as an opportunity to learn and grow. So I went to my mentor, my business partner, Chris Record, and I asked for some feedback. He gave me some feedback. He said, Peter, it was, overall you did awesome. It was great. I loved at the end how you kind of closed out the Super Saturday and talked about towards the end of the day, man, you were just on fire. And I go, cool. And basically, I can't remember exactly what I said, but basically I was like, okay, well, what didn't work so well, or what could I have done differently? And he said, well, I can't remember when, but there was a point when, maybe it was when you were introducing Mike and Joanne or someone else, you basically took too long. I thought you were, way too long in talking. Like when you're an MC, you got to be able to be concise and wrap up the points from before, and then also introduce that new person in a pretty concise way, right? So that's just a real life example of what happened yesterday. I took an action yesterday. I felt it was amazing. I felt it was a success. And I asked for feedback from a mentor because I know I can always do better, because I'm here to learn, grow, and develop and get better. So I got some feedback, and now I have an opportunity. So the next time I'm in a situation like that, I can actually maybe be more concise. I can bridge people better. I can bridge as an MC and do that better, right? Because I have a tendency to talk. Maybe I'm talking too long right now, and I apologize in advance. You're probably like, okay, Peter, I want to hear from everyone else. All these, there's you, but I want to look at all these, hear from all these amazing, good-looking, sexy, sharp, cool, fun people, right? And I'm going to actually let them share here in just a second. So, again, I could go on and on about this idea of reframing, about the idea of being grateful, being in gratitude. The law of gratitude is one of the most powerful laws in the universe. There are many laws in the universe. There's the law of attraction that got really famous a few years back through the movie The Secret. Very powerful law, right? There are many laws. There are, one of my favorites is the law of expectation. It says you get what you expect. You get what you expect. What do you expect? Because you'll get it. There's the law of gestation. That's another big one. Law of gestation, for taking notes. Law of gestation. And what that means is that everything in the universe, everything in life has a gestation cycle, has a gestation period, has a period of where it's birthing itself, right? Take the gestation period of a mother. It's 9 months before the baby comes out, right? So your success, you're in gestating. You're in this process of gestation. You're in this process of learning and growing and evolving and stretching and expanding and transforming from the caterpillar to the butterfly, right? So the law of gestation. So don't worry and don't stress of I'm not here or I'm not there where I want to be, and fear, worry, doubt. Focus on the good. Focus on what you're learning. Focus on growing daily. Focus on taking new actions that get you outside your comfort zone. Like Joanne, we talked about in the beginning, we connected at our last event in Chicago, and she got outside of her comfort zone. Little secret, she was way outside of her comfort zone. Okay? And here's what's cool, though. By doing that, okay, she stepped out way outside of her comfort zone. She created this breakthrough. And it was on a technical end, on a marketing end, it had to do around video, doing videos. And now we have a video challenge. She's doing videos. She's leading and emceeing hangouts, okay? So from one moment to being scared to making a video and fearful and afraid and all this, to the next moment leading hangouts in front of hundreds, thousands of people all over the world, right? That's a breakthrough. That's transformation, okay? And it happened because she had an intention. She knew she wanted to do this. She didn't know how, right? There was a block. There was an unconscious, she couldn't see it, right? You don't know what you don't know, but there was a block stopping that, right? And I just happened to be the person that could help to have her, because she did it, not me, but to have her go through this process to be able to come out from the caterpillar to the butterfly, right? And when you do that, that is what makes the difference. That is what's going to help have the success. And being grateful for that process and that journey. Being grateful. And then being committed, right? Being committed and trusting that you're on the right path. Trusting you're in the right place at the right time, right? So I don't know how long I've been talking, but I feel like I need to, you guys are just two amazing people not to talk and share. And I want this to be a dialogue. I want this to be a conversation. I'm all about having conversations and interactions. It's really interesting. I love to speak. And I love to train and work with people. And so it's fascinating to do these hangouts. It's like you're just talking or on a conference call. And it's like, I want to hear back. I want people to talk back and ask questions and all that. So with that, Joanne, I'll kick it back to you, the amazing MC and host that you are and what you're doing and taking massive action and setting up these Google Hangouts, and I acknowledge you for doing what you're doing. I'm so grateful to be on here. I'm so grateful that you allowed me to be on here and be of service on Sunday night for Mother's Day. I'm grateful that you reached out to me and put this all together, right, so that everyone can benefit, for everyone that's watching this live or watching it on recording. So with that, I'll kick it back to you, and thanks so much, and we'll go from there.
Wow. Wow, Peter. We're going to call you Mr. David Wood, too. That was amazing. You shared so much. I was taking notes like crazy, and I had to stop because there was just so much to take in. There was so much insight that you shared with us. I'm going to have to rewatch the whole thing just to take more notes. Thank you. Just want to say a few things before I pass the mic to the panelists here. I mean, from your personal story, I feel like we actually have, a lot more in common. The journey you've been on, the ups and downs, the falls, the rises, the failures, successes. I mean, nowadays, when I experience a breakdown, I always think back of what you said that night at the Hyatt bar, and again tonight. You said you have to have a breakdown before a breakthrough. In a breakdown, a space is created for the breakthrough, and I've been, taking that with me everywhere I go. Whenever I have a breakdown, I know there's a breakthrough coming. So, truly appreciate that, and the breakthrough that I had with Peter. He already mentioned that, but basically he got me to face with some childhood issue, and I broke down before realizing, that breakthrough. It was quite a powerful moment. Anne was there too, and she witnessed me. Thank God the bar was closed that night, so there were no bartenders around to witness my crazy moments there. I was literally in tears. I rarely cry, but when I do, it's Tim loves tears. So just kidding, Tim. Anyway, like Peter said, always look for the good in any situation, guys. There are no accidents. Everything happens for a reason. These days, when I'm always living in a state of gratitude, not taking things or anyone for granted. I focus on what I have and not what I don't have. I have my health, I have my family, my friends, and my pup. So these things really keep my perspective on track with life, of what is really, really important in life. So thank you, Peter and Em, for pushing me onward and forward in this transformational journey of mine. Anyway, I just want to pass the mic to Alan Luck. We're going to start from the left. And take it away, Alan.
Well, awesome. Can you guys hear me?
We can
Perfect.
hear you.
Awesome. Well, Peter, just first of all, thank you so much for all your passion, your servant leadership, to really kind of helping us grow, within all of us. My name is Alan Luke from Toronto. I got into this industry a few years ago with a sense of desperation. I got in, want to make some money. If it didn't work, I blame my upline, my sideline, everybody except for me. So when I start to realize that, it is really myself that is really controlling the situation. So that's when I got started in this whole personal development. I really growing myself, learning every day to develop myself. And it's kind of fitting what Peter said, because I'm actually right now reading this book called Secret of a Millionaire Mind. And the chapter here is saying, the process of manifestation is the thoughts leads to feeling, and the feeling leads to action, and action leads to result. So it is just so fitting that what Peter said tonight, because I was actually reading that chapter within that book, and this really resonated with me that, wow, it's kind of, like the message just hit me again. So, and I really appreciate how Peter talked about gratitude, because I haven't really been practicing this gratitude, because I know that whenever I'm down, because as we all know, we're all humans, so we get hit every single day by different negatives, different things. But I know that the only thing, like, I cannot control what's outside, but I can control my feelings, what I can do to control my emotions. And whenever I feel down, I can always think back to what I'm grateful for, my gratitude. So that kind of sets me back into place, sets me back in that, that calm peacefulness. And that's when I can, really start thinking and see how I can, start changing my, what's out there. So, gratitude is something that I'm still practicing every single day, and it's just, very, very powerful. And I'm now also doing, guided meditation to really kind of put me in a state of, calmness and peacefulness. So, I think, again, I just really, really want to thank the panel for really being on tonight, really sharing some really powerful, principle. Especially today is Mother's Day, which again we're very grateful to our mom, and all the love and everything else. So I'm going to pass the mic to Joanne so I can let the rest of the panel share their thoughts of tonight's topic.
Thanks, Alan, for sharing that with us. Love that book. It's on my list to read. There's like a dozen of books, that I have on my list. But anyway, going down the panel, Miss Emily Nguyen, take it away.
Hey guys, well, I just want to thank Peter for sharing his stories and his thoughts on this whole law of universe, and it was extremely powerful. And I definitely agree with Joanne and Peter that there's no such thing as accidents. It was funny because I met Peter for the first time in at the Hyatt bar when he met up with us and Joanne at the bar. And me and Joanne, before Peter came, she was talking about her fears on camera. She couldn't do it, and she just, she would wish that she could have my courage, the way I speak in front of cameras. And I told it, you don't know, I used to struggle so much when I first started, and I still feel like I go through that fear sometimes. But like Peter says, definitely you have to surround yourself with people, with a community who believes in you until you start believing in yourself. And so when Peter came along, and it's funny because Joanne's like, oh, Peter's gonna come and might hang out with us for a bit. Maybe we can, record him and catch him on video for something. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, why not, right? And so he sat down and he started talking about his day and what he's passionate about, and the why he's doing what he's doing, leading this awesome team of Team Take Massive Action and showing leadership. and sharing, you know, that one of his purposes is so that he can help other people break through and help them succeed in life. And so when he was explaining that, and I was looking at Joanne, I mean, Peter was sitting there and Joanne was sitting there, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, well, Peter, you know, if that's the case, you know, maybe you can help out Joanne for a second, because, you know, she was just talking to me about having problems being in front of the camera. So he's like, okay, let's see what's going on here. So that's how everything started manifesting, and I mean, it was totally awesome. When I was seeing the magic happening and Joanne going through, like, getting her breakthrough, it was just totally awesome. So I was grateful for being there and seeing that. But Joanne will definitely share one day her story when she feels comfortable enough. Hopefully that would be soon. But anyway, guys, my name is Emily Nguyen. I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And happy Mother's Day indeed. Unfortunately, my mom passed away from cancer a couple of years back, but I'm still totally grateful for everything she had left me, and for being the one of the greatest mother figure of well, of all time. But I mean, for myself, of course. But I mean, I totally. I mean, I'm just. I don't even know how to put my words here, but the teammates here, they know how emotional I get when I go into my past. But once again, we're probably going to get into storytelling in another Hangouts. But yeah, I just want to say that I did a couple of videos not too long ago about gratitude and waking up in the state of gratitude. And that should, I mean, and that's what I've been trying to apply lately as well, Alan. So you're not the only one here. And I feel the difference when you do wake up in that state of gratitude and you are grateful for what you have in that present moment. You tend to, well, I don't know about others here, but I tend to work so much more effectively with my business, with my life, and my day becomes so much more enjoyable. So even if I do, you know, something negative happens, or I get a bad phone call or a bad situation comes into my way, I try to switch back into that state of gratitude, which then helps me move forward with my day and towards my goals, my journey, and my vision. So guys, just apply that law, and it should definitely help you with going towards your goals, your visions. That being said, I'm going to pass it back on to Joanne, the beautiful host.
Oh, thanks, Em. Thanks, Em. Yeah, that was quite a night full of gratitude and breakthrough. So, I'm sorry to hear about your mother. Well, actually, you shared your story with us before, but I'm sorry that your mother's not here for you to celebrate the day with you. But she's always with you in spirit.
In spirit.
Yes, in spirit. My father passed away last year, so I know he's always with us every single moment. So, anyway, Joanne, the other Joanne, the crazy Asian Joanne, and Michael Rivera, the powerful duo. Take it away.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, great. Hey, you know, this whole subject on gratitude, it's very powerful, and I wrote some notes on things I wanted to share, because I was just, when Peter was talking, I was like, oh, I could totally relate. I could totally relate to that. And like when he shared about his real estate and the challenges he faced, it was actually very inspiring when you do share like that. When you share things where you're opening up to, you know, the weaknesses that you might have at least felt in your mind, and when you share it, it's actually extremely inspiring, because we've all had those challenges. You know, Joanne and I in real estate too over the last 5 years, it just, when you look at it, it's just incredible challenges. And then you just realize when you were sharing that, well, look, we look at all these leaders as like almost like on a pedestal, and we're like, how can we be like them? Well, then when they share something like that, it's like they're just like us.
Yep, it humanizes you.
It humanizes us, and it inspires us that we can do this too. That this is a very attainable thing. It's more inspiring to hear at least for me, that I find sometimes, to hear the challenges that these leaders are facing. Like when Chris Record shared in Chicago, I mean, no one knew the incredible challenges he was facing. And he's making all this money and he's leading this team. But then he shared things that were just was so heartfelt. And I'm like, wow, he's human. And he's like, I just felt like I connected much more to him. And I actually approached him and I talked to him. And it just, I feel way more connected now to the leaders for their sharing of, these times where it's really challenging. I just thought it was very powerful. Also, like the 90-day video challenge, I wanted to share this too, about great gratitude. And what's interesting that I'm finding with the 90-day video challenge is that we have to come up with topics. So I'm thinking of different content. And I'm always thinking of things to inspire, to inspire people. So I find stories in my life that I go back and I think how magical it was. Like how I found, I met Joanne, and it was about having a commitment. That was the subject, having a commitment. And I shared it and how magical was that she committed to being on this internet dating site for 6 months.
Yeah, you guys. So you got to watch Mike's video. It's hilarious. It's about how he and I met, and basically I was on this internet service. This was way back in the day, like how many years ago? 17 years ago. It was like before Match.com. It was like, I think before the internet was around.
Wow.
So, yeah. So that's where we met. So it was very controversial. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna meet a freaking axe murderer, and he's gonna kill you, and you're over."
Not when today it's like 1 in 4 or 5 that meet online. That's like 1 out of 1,000 back then or whatever. Like, yeah.
We kind of kept it a secret. It was just too controversial.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Okay, what are you doing?" But anyway, so I was on this thing, and I'm like, "This is so stupid." And so my brother-in-law was like, "No, you know what? If you're gonna make a commitment, you got to do it, and you make a real commitment. So stick with it for 6 months." So I stuck with it for 6 months, and on the last day of the 6th month, I saw Mike's picture. Okay, now you guys, if I didn't stick with it, we would never have met. And this magic would never have happened. So I mean, that is one just.
Yeah. So my whole video was about commitment and sticking to your commitments, because you never know, And so magic occurred, and we met each other, we fell in love, we got married, So back to what I'm getting at is, like, when you're doing these videos and you're inspiring others, you're telling stories that are all about gratitude, about your life, about things that happened in your life that were very successful, which then like when you speak the words, it comes back into your life again. And gratitude comes back into your life again. And you feel much more powerful. You're able to lead more. And that's really what I wanted to share about the word gratitude. I also wanted to talk about our purpose, and we find when we're in our purpose, or we're about to get into our purpose, or we know that something we're about to do is our purpose, it's when it's scary. It's when you're uncomfortable. Because like when we did the Super Saturday, Peter had asked Joanne.
Oh my God! Okay, you guys, the story is hilarious. So Peter contacts me. He texts me and he's like, "Okay, you guys, I'm looking for trainers and I want you to be on it." And I'm like, "Right." I had so much on my plate, you guys. I had, you know, I had my daughter and my niece in a vaudeville show. I had to go through and categorize like 2,000 pictures. I had so much on my plate, and I'm like,
great excuses.
No, there's no freaking way. And then Peter's like, well, will you just think about it? And I'm like, sure. No. But you know what? And then I said, okay, I'll think about it. And I left him alone. And, you know, 2 days later, I get this email. And it says, guess what? Super Saturday's happening. And here's who's on the panel. And whose picture do we see? I was like, okay, this dude does not take no for an answer. And I'm like, okay, fine. And you know what? I mean, I sweat a little bit. I was just like, oh, Jesus. Okay. And you know what we did? I just handled it. We did it. You know, and Peter is so awesome because he knows how to pull the leader out of a person, okay? So I was joking with him the other day. I was like, dude, you're like a freaking crack dealer. Now I am like addicted to the stuff now. And so you guys, if you haven't met Peter Sorensen, you gotta meet Peter Sorensen because he will freaking change your life. Right? Am I right?
Yeah. No.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I didn't really know. I was like, why the hell? Truthfully, I was like, why the hell did you get back to me? This is like an awesome opportunity. Like, you know how many people have want this, and I'm going to you specifically. So it's great. I love it.
You know, so Joanne and I were, you know, we were a little bit, you know, uncomfortable. Apprehensive, and we're like, are we really prepared for this? We prepared ourselves. We psyched ourselves up. We did the dance. Power, you know. And it went great, you know, and it just flowed, and we just felt we were ourselves and fully self-expressed. And then we get feedback, and
just like you were saying, Peter, just to get the feedback and to know that you really impacted another person's life and gave them value is so huge. It's so, oh my God, it's so motivating.
When you feel that feedback, and someone emails you and says, wow, you guys are so inspiring, now I'm excited, and you really are helping me. I mean, the emotion that comes to me, it's almost, I almost feel like I'm going to cry at times. And that's when I realize that that is my purpose. I'm right there when that emotion comes that powerful. When you realize that making a difference for other people, and you feel it, and you see that, and people are telling you that, then you're going, I'm in the right place. This is exactly what life is about.
Exactly. They say your why makes you cry, right? So if it doesn't, if you think it's your purpose and it doesn't make you cry, then it's not your why.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share. You want to?
No, I'm good. Yeah, we both shared, and it was awesome. And I just wanted to thank you guys for having us on this panel. This is freaking amazing.
Thank you so much again. Yeah, this is again serves our purpose, and we appreciate you guys inviting us to these things. You know, it's Sunday, and we're like, oh, we have this. Oh yeah, but then you know what? We're doing it, and we love it. We love this.
And everybody, you guys need to do your 90-day video challenge. All of you out there in internet land, I know you see me. So go and do it. I'll be watching, and I'm going to call you out in Facebook. I swear to God, I will. Okay, back to you.
Woo.
That way.
That's right, everyone. She's watching us all. She's been pushing me as well.
The big sister.
Wow. Yes. Talk about persistence with Peter sneaking Joanne, Pham, and Mike into yesterday's Super Saturday training. Kudos to you, Peter. And it was an amazing training by Joanne. There's a lot of noise background. There's a lot.
Sorry.
That's okay. But it was awesome, amazing training yesterday. And talk about commitment with Joanne and Mike and how everything happens for a reason, how they met and became life partners. This really gives me hope with dating sites now. No, just kidding.
Well, let me tell you, the site that we met on doesn't exist anymore, so I don't know what happened there.
It's okay. I'm not on any of those sites. Yeah, I was many moons ago, but anyway.
Well, I was saying actually on the Super Saturday yesterday is that when people post their 90-day videos, I really want them to look at other people's videos so that they can meet other people within Team Take Massive Action. And just make a point of it to meet one different person and watch one different person's video, because you may meet your husband or you may meet your next wife on that site. So, I mean, take advantage. It's free.
Check the leaderboards. Check the leaderboards.
Yeah. True story on that. Former business. We had one of our former business, and we took these classes on real estate education or wealth building. And one of the instructors always had the funny joke. He was a tax accountant and real estate attorney, and he was like also like part comedian and actor, and he was hilarious. So one of the things we talked about is like how this college that we go to was so powerful, and like literally people he had they'd met in his class. They met in his class and ended up getting married. And then they came back to another college sessions like months later or whatever. It was like, yeah, we met. And when you were talking about the asset protection and tax strategy of being married and the tax savings, we're like, man, let's just get married. So anyways, but.
What a reason to get married.
It's awesome.
But anyway, last panelist, the powerful internet marketer, tech guru, in putting all this together for us partners here, Mr. Tim Dang, all the way from Australia. Woohoo!
Hey everybody. Hey Peter. Thank you for joining us. Hey Joanne and Michael, thank you for joining us. We started this hangout like exactly today, 2 weeks ago, and we didn't expect to have Peter Sorensen, co-founder of Team Tech Massive Action, to come onto our hangout. So with that, I want to say, I am so happy and grateful now that Peter Sorensen, co-founder of Team Tech Massive Action, is on our hangout. And I also want to say that I'm so happy and grateful now that Joanne Pham and Michael Riviera are on our hangout. And this topic today is like so fitting for everything that we're doing. Really, we just recently have Mother's Day, right? We're ahead of you guys. So yesterday, I just want to share this quick story, and it really relates to our topic. So yesterday was Mother's Day, and instead of giving gifts to our mother, like flowers or buy her new things, what we did was we decided to shoot a video each, sharing with Mom how much we love her, what she'd done for us personally, and how much we appreciated that, and how grateful we are to have her as a mother. And so last night we left Mom walking, back into her room, all teary eyes, right? So that was pretty cool. I just want to say though, Peter, your story is really inspiring. I think you definitely are the servant leader type. You're definitely a role model for somebody like us who are just young in this industry and in this team. Definitely somebody who we can look up to and follow. You touched on a few points today that I really want to reiterate. You were talking about coming into this industry and have you got to have beliefs, and like I could totally relate to that. Like when I first came to the internet, like 2009, it was I had a little bit of belief that I was going to be able to be successful, but my belief wasn't that strong because I never went to any events, right? And so come Empower 2012, that's when I joined. And that was when I decided, hey, look, I'm going to go to these events because everyone's talking about these events. I wonder what these events are going to do for me. So I went to these events. I went to Austin. That was my first event, and that was where I met M. I met Joanne a little bit there, but we didn't really talk much. Coming back, and for the next 30 days, my belief just sort of went through the roof, because when you go to these events, you're exposed to the leadership, and you're able to see that they're real leaders, and David Wood painted a vision for the whole company and where we were going, and for me it was like, wow, like I was able to you know, it was a different kind of feeling when you watch something on video and when you're there in person experiencing it. And for me, I was just like, wow. And you know, like I got hooked, and my belief went through the roof. And I really wanted to go out there and share this with everybody. But you know, when I started Empower, I had the belief, I got the belief, but there was one more thing that was also that also helped me, you know, move forward in a certain direction, and that was my intentions. I had an intention, I had the belief, and then I had an intention to get to a certain point, like to get to a certain goal, and that was to make, like, you know, my first $1,000 day, or first $3,000 day, which, you know, I was able to do after 30 days after Austin. So that was pretty awesome. And you know, so the two things, beliefs and the intentions, come hand in hand. But what's more better above that is how grateful you are. You know, if you have, you know, if you're grateful for things in your life, right? So if you apply the law, the universe law of being grateful, right, into your life and your business, you know, the thing is this, right? I'm not a guru on this topic. I really can't share, but this is what personally, you know, being grateful helps me, right? I felt that, you know, when I wake up, being grateful, and you know, what happened is, it's sort of, my mind sort of is sort of taken away from, it's sort of, you know, it moves me away from the toxin, like emotions. For example, when I'm grateful for something, I can't resent it. Do you know what I mean? Like, those two things don't come hand in hand. So when you're grateful for things, you appreciate them more. It frames your mind to be more positive. So you sort of steer away from the negative thoughts when you're grateful for things. And it doesn't have to be big things. It can be like real little things as well. And actually, I just want to show you guys something right now. I don't know if you can see it, but see on my phone there? It's like, it's like a bird's eye view of a lady. She's got some brooms there, you know. Okay. She's on the street and she's selling those brooms. Now, I have this on my phone because I wanna look at it, and I want it to keep me grounded, and you know, remind me to be grateful for what I have versus what they've got. And so that's one thing that I do. You know, just sort of have that on my phone so that it keeps me being grateful. But yeah, that's all I really want to share about being grateful. And of course, like, you know, I'm so honored to have Peter on the panel, and Mike and Joanne. And yeah, that's really all I want to share, right? Back to you, JJ.
Thanks, Tim. That's a great tip on put on the phone, as far as, you know, what to remind you to live in a state of gratitude. I actually have a picture of my pup on my phone. Unfortunately, my phone is still MIA. It's still missing. So, but guys, as you can see, the synergy, the support, the powerful leadership that's oozing from this powerhouse panel tonight. I am so grateful to have met all these amazing folks online. Yes, online first. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Then we met each other in person at the Empower events. So I'm so grateful for Empower Network for bringing all of us together. I guess we're going to call Empower Network the dating site. No, just kidding. Anyway, for those watching this hangout and are not in our team or in Empower Network yet, join us to see how this company has really transformed all of us, has brought us all together, and we're growing together. We're going places together. We want you with us. So click on the link below, get back with the person who brought you to this hangout, and come meet us at our next event in Denver, July 19th through the 21st, 22nd, right? We would love to meet you there. So click on the link below. Before I close out this hangout, though, I just want to thank everybody on this panel, especially our special guest speaker, Mr. Peter Sorensen, Mr. Houdini for a few minutes there, and the powerful couple, Joanne Pham and Michael Rivera. The other way, Peter.
Right.
There you go. There you go. Does anyone have any final thoughts or questions or anything to share before we close out this hangout?
I'll just say, you know, for everyone that's still with us, watch this now, recording, doesn't make a difference. But just like Joanne Daly said, you know, if you're a part of our community already, awesome. And this hangout, I hope you got value from watching it, regardless of how you got to it. But you know, if you're not a part of this amazing community and this team and this family we call Team Take Massive Action, then I definitely recommend and encourage that you learn more and ultimately just get started and join us. So yeah, you can click one of the links below as a page as you're watching this video to take a tour of our team, to learn more about us, to learn more about the system that we work with inside of Empower Network, and really not only how we help people be able to make more money and create more traffic, leads, and sales for their business. If you have a business or a home-based business or an offline business, doesn't matter. You know, we've got amazing tools, training, resources, and I think most importantly, 24/7 support and a community of people that are really inspired and empowered and are committed to helping you take your life and your business to the next level. So I think with that, it's just an absolute, you know, it's a no-brainer. You can get started in our community for as little as $25 and test this out, learn more about it, you know, take it for a test drive. So, you know, jump in, the water's warm. You can click one of the links below this video, below this hangout, and learn more and join us. So, you know, with that, I'll just wrap up from my end. It was awesome to be able to share with you guys. I'm so grateful to be able to spend my Sunday evening for a couple hours, whatever, on this hangout and share some things that have impacted my life. And I thank each and every one of you, Mike and Joanne. I thank you for acknowledging and showing up, you know, for acting in spite of fear or acting in spite of whatever, right? To
being busy,
right? Into stepping into an opportunity where you're growing and you're serving, and like Joanne said, once you catch that, it's like it almost becomes an amazing addiction, and that is when you're really able to share something and to inspire and to get feedback of people that are authentically and genuinely grateful for who you are, your presence, what you've shared with them, that it has an impact. How big or small does not matter. That is where fulfillment comes from. That is why I do what I do. That is why I go through the challenges I go through, above and beyond any money or financial freedom or time freedom or all that great stuff. What fuels me, what is the intention that drives me, right? And many people in this hangout is that purpose, is that impact of making a difference, that impact of when you do, the sense of personal fulfillment that is in alignment with our purpose. And that is why we do what we do, right? So I invite you to, if that resonates from you, and if you're on the outside looking in, I invite you to join us. I invite you to become a part of that and really engage, right? So it's not about joining something. It's not about buying a product or service or joining a business opportunity. It's about being in alignment with your intention and your attention and being surrounded by people that are going to help uplift and inspire and empower you to move forward with your life and every area of your life to be on purpose. So, you know, with that, I love all of you guys. Thanks for watching it. Thanks for having me on the hangout, allowing to share. I hope what I was able to share tonight you got value from. And you can apply it to your life, apply it to your business, take massive action, as we say. And as we also say, we'll see you on the beaches of the world and in person at the next live event.
Woohoo! Peace out, people!